Hey, good afternoon, everybody. How y'all doing? This your boy Rob Thomas Jr. with just a brief couple of questions that I like to ask for the real news behind news. Oh yeah, today is Friday, August 14th, 2020. And again, I'm gonna be real brief, but I just got a couple questions I want to ask. And I hate doing these videos because it always put me at odds with other black people, but y'all know me. I really don't give a fuck. There are questions that need to be asked. Now, the questions that we're going to ask, first of all, let me give y'all a little background. There's this group, paramilitary group, a bunch of black people called the Not Fucking Around Coalition. I have to send them respect and props because they seem to be a well-tuned, finely tuned militia machine. They seem to have their training together. You know, it looks like they're well-disciplined, well-organized, well-trained. Remember a couple of weeks back, they did this big march at Stone Mountain, Georgia. You know, and from what it looks at, like, these cats don't have really no fear. But we're going to see if they fucking around this Saturday, because if y'all don't know, there's a big rally planned by a bunch of right-wing militia groups, possibly even the KKK, maybe some Nazis. Who knows who's all going to be out there, but they are going to be out there this Saturday in response to the Not Fucking Around Coalition's march that took place a couple of weeks back. We pray that there is no violence at all. But we want to see if the Not Fucking Around Coalition is going to fuck around and come down there Saturday and fuck around and get something kicked off. You know, again, I pray that it don't be violence, but this seems like a tactic that is being pushed, an agenda that's being pushed, where now you're going to have possibly two heavily armed militia groups, one on the black side, one on the white side, in Stone Mountain, Georgia, possibly. Also, one thing I would like to ask the Not Fucking Around Coalition is, how come y'all not fucking around in the black neighborhood with all that firepower, trying to maybe, if nothing else, deter some of these killings? I mean, just like the up in New York back in the 70s, they had this group called the Guardian Angels, where you had a group of unarmed people who patrolled the neighborhoods in their city because they saw that the police wasn't doing nothing to help them, and the crime and the killing was out of hand. You know, we really could use the Not Fucking Around Coalition to fuck around in some of these black neighborhoods with that discipline and that firepower. And hopefully it would reduce some of the killings in our neighborhood. Now, I know that's probably not what you all signed up for or started out, but wouldn't you think that'd be a good way to get a lot of more people to not only respect and be attracted and maybe even join you all's movement? That would be a great boost for the black community. So we're going to see if the Not Fucking Around Coalition is really not fucking around with white supremacy. But we know as of right now, they're not even fucking around with the black communities where a lot of this crime is. And again, it ain't y'all job. The police should be doing it, but we see a lot of people in the black community are scared to talk to the police. So that's just a couple of questions. I'll let y'all be over the rest of your day. I know I'm going to have some haters, and that's just the best way to put it, because I ain't trying to put nobody down, but I know there's going to be some Negroes that try to get fame off my name by responding to this video on their Facebook pages, which really, it don't make me no different because I very seldom read y'all shit anyway. But at the same time, if you responded to some shit that I said without calling my name and trying to send slick cap and subliminal messages, that shows you that you're really not the man or the woman who you claim to be. Because if you say something about me and I think you slick capping, I'm going to call you out by name. So whenever you responding to something I do, you might well just say, hey, Robert Thomas Jr., this was for you. And then we can, you know, have a dialogue. But all that slick capping, y'all miss me with that shit. And guess what? Y'all responded to some shit that I said. So why should I even respond to some shit that you say that's in response to some shit that I said? Don't make no sense. The best way to respond to some nonsense is not to respond at all. All I'm doing is just putting out my thoughts and questions that people should be asking. If you got a problem with that, it ain't on me. That's on you. Hey, y'all be blessed.